Oh yeah, it's all right. We are live. Can you guys hear me? This commercial off. All right. Can you guys hear me? Let me see if it plays. Let's see. Refresh. Oh yeah, it's all right. We are live. All right, I can hear myself on the thing, so I think it should be good. I'm just gonna turn the volume a bit higher. Okay, how's the volume, guys? Let's see. We got how many people? We have 4 people on right now. Oh, 5 now. Unbelievable. Okay, so let's see the volume. I'm gonna test some stuff out. It should be good. I'm just gonna turn the volume a bit higher. All right, so Just Pirate. Second comment. Errol has the peace sign. All right. So I have the screen set up like this. Is this a good screen setup? I have the chat on this side on the left, and then I'll have my face on the bottom left as well, so that it doesn't obscure this the window, and I can make it bigger size, etc. And yeah, this is what we have. So we have 6 viewers right now. I'll just wait until a bit more come in, maybe. Oh, we got another Ivanov with the winky face. Unreal. All right. So 5 likes, 6 people here. And what I have started doing is I'm going to put the video, I'll put a link here. You could, we'll probably be live going back in the chat. I'll put it in the chat. Okay, Dave Bongo Side says, greetings from Liverpool, England. Greetings, I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Alright, so I'm going to put this link right here. The link doesn't work yet, I haven't published it, but I'm going to put all the links and video notes inside. And why is this showing a video? Alright, I'm gonna do this. And so this chat's gonna be a bit different from my other ones. Well, not really. It's gonna be some. I'm gonna initially cover some 9/11 and then go into some of the gyroscope and free energy stuff. I'll take this headphones off for now. Alright, so it should be live. Let's see what the chat says. Okay, so there's a link to the video notes. And yeah, let's just see how many people are on. And see where we can go from here. Okay, we have 7 concurrent viewers. Unreal. Actually, yeah, first thing I'll add to it here. Stats. So just to see the live stream stats. If you go in my Telegram, MES links, TW. So if you're not on it, pretty much that's where you'll find me. I'll put it here. Okay, so Dave says, been to Toronto, London, and Niagara. Okay, nice. Niagara Falls. Yeah, I don't think I've been to Toronto except when I moved here, actually, for like 2 weeks, because I was actually a Iraqi refugee during the first Gulf War, and I think I went to Toronto for like a week or 2, and then went all the way to British Columbia. All right, so. If you're not on MES links, go there. And I just want to check out some live stream stats. So the first live stream I did in August, I believe. So we had 114 viewers, 22 peak concurrent viewers all at the same time. And then the next one we got it at 46 as the record, and 204 views. And yeah, basically pretty big. And then the last one, we got 59 people and even got super chat finally the first time. $49. Unbelievable. Alright, so that's what we have. And let's see, live stream. Okay, so we're still at 9 people. Can you guys hear me fine, or should I increase the volume higher? So Ride the Liger says hello. Hello, Ride. Okay. So yeah, if you guys want to comment in there, do you guys like the chats on the left side here, or is it too hard to see the screen? All right, so Errol says gyroscopes are the most mind-boggling things. One of my favorite topics. Yes, indeed, because they're supposed to be simple, but they're not. That's what makes it just mind-boggling. Okay, but they probably are. We're just not being told what they actually can do. Okay, levitation. Okay, so yeah, so sound is good. How about the screen? Are you guys anyone looking at the screen? Is it good? Bahador says hello. All right. Alright, we're getting a lot of comments. This is good. And do you guys want to chat here on the left side at all times? Or should I remove it? Anyways, so the next setup here, okay. So I'm just going to go into my routine. Yeah, I didn't have time to add more notes. It might be a bit improv initially. All right, so current video upload routine. Let's see if a calendar shows up. Calendar. I see an image of today's calendar. Or what? Show me a calendar, man. All right, so my current upload routine is, well, weekdays I'll try to get my math videos or whatever video I'm working on. For example, if I was doing gyroscopes, I'll be uploading it then. And then weekends, I'm just gonna try to focus on getting 9/11 stuff uploaded because that's a very important topic. And yeah, and have some good ones here. Okay, so it's all good, Bahadur. Am I pronouncing it right, Bahadur? R? All right, I'm just gonna leave the chat here. If anyone complains, let me know. And also, if you have links to send me, because YouTube usually deletes the links, you could email me links at contact@mes.fm. And then does the link show up? Okay, so the link doesn't show up even for me. Actually, it does there. I commented here, but it doesn't show on this screen. But it is. I just did. Okay, yeah, there it is. There it is. All right. So Bahadur says yes, that's how you pronounce it. Epic. 14 people now. Okay, now we're taking over the game. All right. Next setup. Okay, so current upload routine. Yeah, so as I was saying, the weekdays I'm gonna just try to focus whatever video I'm working on, or if it's math videos, etc. And then weekends, I'll try to get some 9/11 ones. I have some pretty epic 9/11 videos in the works. Okay, Jeremy Bartlett says 9/11 makes me sad because we never saw what happened to those pancakes. Oh, did I say? I mean, hungry for pancakes. Yes, that is true. The pancakes turned to dust. And yeah, that is true, and they make me hungry. All right, let's see. I was gonna talk about breakfast, but I actually don't eat breakfast, so that's interesting. Do you think it's a coincidence in the 9/11 America's emergency number 911? No, it's not a coincidence. It's all designed. Oh, here's another thing I was gonna add actually to the chat. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and Manhattan. So Manhattan and New York were likely also discovered on 9/11. All right, I'm just gonna copy message link. So here, see the screen. On September 11th, 1609, Henry Hudson discovered Manhattan Island and the indigenous people living there. Hudson was an English sea explorer and navigator during the 11th century, best known for his explorations of present-day Canada and parts of northeastern states. Okay, I don't know why this thingy shows in the way. Okay. Yeah, so basically it's not a coincidence, and well, even if it is a coincidence, it's like it kind of tells you reality is a bit next level. And then here, Sir Henry Hudson. Yeah, this is actually a painting. I'm gonna click the. I'll put this link here. Okay, I'm just gonna put the links there in the. Okay, let's just click some links. This one. Yeah, this is even a painting from 1829 and from actually 1898. It's paintings from 1898, and this is about Sir Henry Hudson. Yeah, for the Hudson River, named after him. Entering New York Bay, September 11th, 1609. Okay, we're entering some next level stuff here. All right, so the Ryder Liger says there are no coincidences. Building 7 was tired and wanted to lay down. That is true. It was because it was getting dustified. All right, and let's see what else can I show. Oh, also the Pentagon as well. The ground was broke on September 11th. Pentagon ground broke 9/11. So like when they started digging it. Yeah, so September 11th, on this day, 1941, groundbreaking of the Pentagon. Alright, so that's a bit next level. Alright, so there's no coincidence. And then also now I have an announcement actually. Yeah, so also another thing in the routine setup here. Where's the calendar? So the calendar, basically, weekends I'll try to do 9/11. Also, I'll try to do Saturday afternoons, like around this time, 1 p.m., whenever I'm free to do a live stream. But also, there's a special announcement. I have a link here. So this is Andrew Johnson live stream. So I have a guest. So I put this email I got from Andrew Johnson. Let's open it here. Actually, I don't need to put the links there. Andrew, yeah, just put Andrew. Yeah, so Andrew Johnson live stream. It's looking like 12 p.m. this Wednesday, October 4th, 12 p.m. PST, and that's 8 p.m. UK time. And also, if you're from Central African time, it's 9 p.m. because we have a 9/11 revisionist is from South Africa there. All right, what else? Pending for some point at the time, like just take a photo. Yeah, that's true. Paintings are pretty epic. All right, 33 years from build to demolish right here. E-roll says it's pretty epic. Yes, indeed. All right, and let's see what this. So okay, so now another thing before I get to the gyroscopes and stuff. It's gonna be see how long it goes. I'll put links as we go. So this one here, I wanted to show this video. Okay, so this video, this was made from. This was made by, because this is on Architects and for Engineers 9/11 Truth, but this is a disinfo channel. But the people that made this, they started waking up on 9/11. This is 2010, so like literally a few months before they uploaded this video, and they had to put the collapsed wording, etc. And this was actually made by. We'll actually watch a tiny bit of it because I'm gonna re-edit this one, get rid of the 9/11 Truth, etc. Make it. Math Easy approved, but this is a pretty epic video right here. So this is made by this is let's see the name, Reginald Shin and Richard Shin. Just want to go back here. So basically, this video, what it's about is because a lot of people say there's fires in the South Tower, North Tower, and WTC, etc. But this shows that there was radio communications in the buildings minutes before the South Tower here just turned to dust, like all of it. Like so minutes before, and they went to the 79th floor. So I was watching.
97. What do you got up there, Chief? I'm still in Boy Stairway, 74th floor. No smoke or fire problem. The walls are breached, so be careful. Yeah, 10-4. I saw that on 68. All right, we're on 71. We're coming up behind you. 10-4. 6 more to go. Let me know when you see fire.
Notice that they're asking, let me know when you see fire, okay? So again, this is produced by Richard Gary Shin, and he also has a Reality Access YouTube channel. He's uploading a whole lot of stuff now. It's Reality Access. As you can see his videos now. So yeah, that was Architects and Engineers. He posted there when he was actually working as the, yeah, a lot of the digital media stuff there, video editing and so on. But now he's full on Dr. Judy Wood, realizing the truth, as opposed to realizing, yeah, Architects and Engineers were a bunch of liars and dirtbags. All right, and let's see here. Whoops, put it wrong thing. I'm just gonna put the link here to his channel. And let's go back to that video. Oh, we have 17 people on it. Nice. So the person says, "Let me know when you see fire." This is 11 minutes before the South Tower fell down. And
these are the emergency communications of the New York City Fire Department.
Yeah, and this is this person speaking is Major Reginald Shin. This is actually the father of Richard Shin, and he's passed away. I think 2002, I'll have to double check.
Recorded on the morning of September 11th, 2001. The countdown clock shows time remaining leading into the failure mode sequence.
Rescue 1 Delta to Rescue 1 Anderson. Rescue 1.
The audio evidence presented here will prove the following facts about the final 10 minutes of the South Tower. 1. Firemen were working throughout the building. 2. Battalion 7 had reached the 79th floor. 3. Battalion 15 had reached the 78th floor. 4. Battalion 7 Alpha had reached the 55th floor. 5. Rescue teams encountered only small, isolated pockets of fire. 6. Rescue operations were finding numerous wounded survivors. 7. The structure of the tower was not melted or deformed. 8. Rescue teams were climbing on uncompromised staircases. 9. Elevators were operational and in use up to the 40th floor.
1-5 to 1-5.
All right, I just wanted to show that part there. And yes, basically this is minutes before. There isn't much fires, and that was they went up to the 79th floor, so they went past the impact zone. And let's see the WTC impact zones. And also there's 9/11 visitors here. Aloha, beautiful people. All right, sweet. All right, and I believe that's about 9 p.m. What time is it? 9 p.m. or actually 10 p.m. actually in Central African time. All right. Yeah, so there was fire, but there wasn't much fire. There was like barely anything. So all the stuff that's pouring out wasn't actually fire. It was just dust. See impact zone. There's a good photo there. Oh, yeah, this one. Okay, so now I hate when it blocks it out. Okay. Okay, now it's in French. But anyways, this is the South Tower, so we're looking at French for some reason. And this South Tower here, 77th floor, is about the impact. And so those people climbed up to the 79th floor, so there was barely any fires. And then they just suddenly turned to dust. All right, and so that was I wanted to show that. And another thing I wanted to show was this link. What is this one? So we'll click here. And then we'll get to the gyroscopes in a bit. Oh yeah, this one is Stephen Newman. Okay, so that'll go to here. It looks better on this thing. Newman. Okay, so this one here is a very interesting. So this one is a very, very interesting testimony right here. I'm just gonna click here, open link.
We have with us up here in the newsroom today, Steve Newman.
Okay.
Are pretty much are heading west and head to toe. Seem to be honest.
Okay. Things from here.
That's the point that I got out of the car and headed over towards the water, heading west. And as I was doing that and got to the west side of the street, I saw an individual coming down that was clearly, he was completely burned from head to toe, and all of his skin had come off his forearms and his face, and his hair was all gone, and looked a little disoriented. So he seemed to be on his cell phone, either talking to somebody or trying to reach somebody. And I asked him what happened. What was amazing about his story was that he was in the lobby of World Trade Center 1 when the first plane hit. And when the debris started coming down, he went back to go into the building to protect himself and was in the revolving doors going back in off West Street when he looked up and a fireball came flying out, I guess from the elevator shafts. That's what he seemed to believe, and blew out all the windows and threw him back onto the street. And obviously, in a fire flash, seared all his skin. But apparently nothing, all his clothes, none of his clothes were burned. So that was pretty amazing. And
all right, so listen to this. So he says there's a giant fireball threw him outside of the building, and he was all his skin seared, his hair's gone, his face skin melted, but his clothes were fine.
All his clothes, none of his clothes were burned. So that was pretty amazing. And
all right. So basically, some weird stuff happened. It's not real fires. Okay. So Just Pirate says hi, people. Epic stuff. Hi, hello. All right. And yeah, so going back here. So I wrote down here. So he basically saw a man completely burned from head to toe, and all of his skin had come off of his forearms and his face, and his hair was gone, but none of his clothes were burned. All right. So yeah, basically the two videos I'm showing is possibly I'll upload those ones, that one and the let me know if there's a fire one. I'm gonna get rid of all the collapse stuff, 9/11 truth nonsense, and also explain their story. Yeah, amazing or strange? Yeah, it is ridiculously strange, but still amazing. Like this is not expected to happen. Okay, what is this link? Let me just check what this one is. So I didn't have time to put everything in, and steel columns are bolting. And then this other one here is a very interesting one. I'm just gonna go on this MES links here. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna go near the end. So I wanted to show these ones before we get to the gyro stuff, and And so basically, yeah, this is from Reality Access. Again, Richard Shin, the son of the guy that was talking in here. So this was narrated by Major Reginald Shin. All right, and let's see. We'll go back to that link. Where's the link? Right here. Okay, so it's right here. I just wanted to show this one here because this is also mind-boggling. This person right here, I think Peter Rinaldi. Let's see this. Let's see.
They actually found my ID from the World Trade Center from the 72nd floor where my office was, and they just got it to me today. This is a World Trade Center ID that I had at my desk, actually. This is something that had my name on it, so they were actually able to identify Peter Rinaldi, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, and able to get it back to me.
All I remember was...
Okay, did you hear that? So this guy's working in this is the 72nd floor of, I'm not sure which tower, the first or the second. Also, there's Reality Access on the chat. Great showing this, great work showing it. Yes, for sure. Thanks for making it and sending me this stuff. And also this one, I was going to email you if you can send me a link to this specific link, this Peter Rinaldi one. I couldn't find it online. Because this guy found his, so the 72nd floor, I'm not sure if it's the first or the second tower, but it's perfectly fine. So where is this magical fire happening? That doesn't burn paper, but turns steel to dust.
Where my office was, and they just got it to me today. This is a World Trade Center ID that I had at my desk, actually. This is something that had my name on it, so they were actually...
So you can still see, read his name, okay? This is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so write it again, right. Okay, Jeremy is a bit off. One comment I wrote, do not show up the live stream. Was it a link? It was about numbers in history. Well, it depends. Sometimes YouTube has like auto detecting, whatever. What I could do is, I could probably try to turn all that off. I'm just going to live stream here. Okay, so we have 19 people here. Okay, 911 Visitor says to Reality Access, absolutely love your work. Yes, it is pretty epic. Start looking for the 19 and dates, numbers. Yeah, 19 is... It's pretty epic. History is a lie agreed upon. That is true. I think that's Napoleon said that, or Napoleon Dynamite. What was it going to show? Stream settings. How to do the chat settings. Yeah, anyways, I'll deal with that later. But so if you comment something, if you comment something inside the chat that's not there or whatever, you could email me at that link, contact@mes.fm, as I posted above. Let's put it here. So, and for those that are just showing up, I have video notes here. I'm gonna publish this after. I'll put all the video notes inside. There's a link again. Right, like it was just text. Yeah, sometimes you have numbers and whatever, or if it's similar to other ones you've typed, they might YouTube might flag it or something. But anyways, click this one here. So for those, actually I'll put this later. But anyways, this is the I'll publish this once the video is done, and have all the links to all the stuff I cover. Okay, just 1 second here. Okay, I'm getting a knock. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we're gonna open the next link, and then we're gonna start improving the. Yeah, this one actually just showed it earlier. How to go bigger. Okay, so we can't do that. This was the so this one I covered earlier, but for those who haven't shown up. Manhattan, yeah, very well may have been discovered on September 11th, 1609. So Manhattan and New York, and etc. All right, so I covered this earlier. So now the next setup here is Vulcans. Let's see what the comments are saying. Vulcans and Falkland Block 1981 missions had to be fitted with 2 ring laser in gyro navigations because they could not navigate in the middle of Atlantic back then. Yeah, that possibly. All right. Adam destroys paradise on the eve of 9/11. Do you know about that one? Oh, I didn't know about that because I know Jesus' birthday is supposedly on September 11th. All right, gyroscopes. Okay, so now, Red Liger, let's do some gyroscopes now. So MES FM, we'll go to the, go to just gyros experiments. I'm gonna go over a bunch of experiments, and then we'll go to the Bruce DePalma. Oh yeah, also part of the routine one. Like I was saying, I think in my first video when people asked me about free energy stuff. Yeah, so I was initially just thinking about just doing like full mainstream overview of electromagnetism and mechanical physics, etc. But I thought might as well just stop doing that. Just go like once I'm done the math video, I'm gonna be working on the Bruce DePalma end machine. So I'll discuss that when we get there. Basically, that's gonna be the first one I'm gonna either try to replicate, but the first thing I'll do is make a video detailing everything on it and all the parts needed, etc. And if it's gonna be a lot of money in there, I'm gonna just put every part, how much it costs, and then if anyone wants to donate to fund the project or create it themselves, I'll just make it so that it would be almost creatable by anyone, like as opposed to just replicating it myself and then trying to get killed or whatnot, because that's what happened to Bruce DePalma, and I think he's so that was the first experiment, the first free energy one I wanted to replicate. Because I think he's onto something pretty big. All right, so we'll get to that in a bit. So here's the MES experiments link. I'll put this in here. Let's put gyroscope. This is the. All right, so this is the link right here to the MES science experiments. I did it. This is me when I had hair. This is me zooming into a gyroscope and see that with the glasses right there. All right, so. This is the link there, but there's also the playlist. I'll just get to open the YouTube playlist. And where's the playlist? YouTube playlist. All right, I'm gonna start deleting some stuff. Okay, reality, calendar. Yeah, so my goal is to upload the Bruce DePalma video by this end of this year. All right, so the first thing I want to go is. We'll go over experiment one if anyone hasn't seen this, and I'll go fast forward to them. I'm going to go through all the experiments, all the good ones, and then we'll discuss the Bruce DePalma because it fits in, because he basically has a magnetic gyro. All right, so I'm going to close this. I close this one, and we'll just move this over to this side. All right, and links to the notes. So live stream stats. Okay, so you have 17 people on right now. Okay, that's unbelievable. So I mean 19 now. 19. And let's see. Just because this guy is smart and can play soccer does not mean he is not a R-gauge clone bot. Yeah, Dave Powell has some interesting comments. I don't know if he's pro 9/11 truth or just something. But anyways, everybody has phony ID in case of terrorist attack. Well, that could have been a real, like, because like the towers turn to dust. There's millions of paper everywhere, and there's very little fires. So likely that person was telling the truth that his ID showed up. But yeah, obviously there's no hijacking. That's not that one's obvious. They just threw it in there. All right. So yes, can play soccer and does not mean he's not an RH clone. All right, let's go back and focus. Okay, so gyroscopes. This is the first MES experiments video I did, and let's see what it is. So this is a very simple one. You have a high friction surface. Well, actually, this is just showing the friction. I'm just gonna fast forward, just to show you. Gyroscopes are very lower volume. Just gonna fast forward. All right. Yeah. So the bottom here, the white side has a high friction. So it's not going to rise. So if you have any amount of like rotational friction, it's not going to rise. See, it just goes down. It just goes down. So this gyroscope is very, very subtle. All right, and now if you have the less friction side, and it just goes up. All right, and it rises. All right, and also see, I was able to increase the speed to 16x speed right here, and I can do that with the what is that? Video speed extension, video MES out of FAM, video speed or extension, speed. Okay, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to find it and go on my. This is on Hive blockchain. I'm just gonna click. Where are some notes here? Problems, not problems plus. I gotta find a, just in case you wanna, because I highly recommend it. Where's my blog? Oh, right. I will find just a math video. And there is the, I put in all the video notes, video speed extension. I'm gonna put this in. So anytime I find a good link, I'll put it in here, and also put it in here. Okay, so Timothy Sullivan says, yeah, most of it will rewind when you're done. Yeah, for sure. You can also comment, let me know what you need. Yes, Matthew, so much clowns on the internet. Oh, you're not a Gage clone. You have a beard and actually discuss with real evidence of what happened on 9/11. That is true. That is true. Like, who cares who Gage is or not? Like, just what's the evidence say? And who cares who I am or even Judy Wood, etc. Just what is the evidence saying? Like, who cares what the personalities involved? And that is one. That's one thing that's wrong with reality. Like, people want to put label. Well, people want to follow someone else as opposed to just open their eyes. All right. So there's video speed extension. I really like it, and you could basically play around with. You can make the speed however much you want. You can make the increments different, etc. And I have it somewhere here. Where is the video speed controller? Okay, it's video speed controller and options. And you can play around with whatever and have some preset stuff. And the maximum speed is 16. You could even go by increase speed by 0.05. You can adjust the rewind by a second or whatever, or even 0.07 seconds. I think. But anyways, we're playing here. So I have it sped up, and this is a high friction base, or it's not even high friction. It's just that it's not as low friction as needed for this specific gyro. So when you have stuff like this, it doesn't want to rise. So this is why gyroscopes are very, very subtle. It's like they want to do things on their own, and if you hinder it in any way, do you have to bring in the beard? Do you have to bring the beard into it? That is true. It's a sick beard. I haven't had a beard for ever until like last year, until like end of last year. All right, so this doesn't go up when you have any friction. So basically, gyros. Yeah, okay, now it's just doing that. I'm just gonna speed it up. So if I didn't have the 16x speed, I would not have discovered this gyro magic. So now if you have this one, this is a rotating base, so it's very, very low friction because it rotates with it. So the base actually rotates. I actually have it, do I have it here? Oh no, I didn't have it here. Okay, 9/11 visited, okay, it looks like 9/11 visited and Jeremy are getting into a little scuffle. You sound very uninformed on 9/11, so rather listen and learn. Alright. And also, for those who weren't here earlier, and I was asking, is this setup good where I have the chat on the left at all times and my face on the left so it doesn't obscure anything? Actually, I think it is obscuring something. I'm just gonna move this over. Is my face obscuring it? Okay, move it over. Is this everyone's fine with the setup, or should I make it, or get rid of the chat, or move it elsewhere, etc.? Because I asked you why you brought up his beard. Yeah, I think Nyla visited as he's been dealing with too much Gage people. So I think Jeremy's on our side. Let me just go back here. All right. So yeah. Anyways, the gyro rises on its own. Okay, so Bador says yes, he likes this stuff. Okay, that's good. So yes, as in the setup. But everyone's saying it's fine. Okay, sweet. Okay, so the gyro just rises on its own. So low friction rises on its own. Low rotational friction. So the interesting part is if you have low rotational, precessional one. There's a key thing. There's a key thing with gyroscopes. There's two things that are spinning: the spinning itself, and then the full case, the full thing spins. That's called precession. So there's the rotor spin, and then there's precession. If you have very low precessional friction, it will rise. But conversely, if you have high spin friction, it will rise faster. So just okay. 9/11 visitor says solutions. It's a good setup. Keep it. Okay, sweet. All right, so you can see the comments, and then yeah, you can go through the just have your own debates in there. All right. So now it rises up there. So now let's do the next experiment. And next experiment here. This one's a very interesting one. This is just the super precision one. So this is super precision. Just shows you how slow motion it will go, but it'll still rise. So this is why I think very few people have noticed this ever, because their attention span isn't that high, and also they don't have this 16x speed. So imagine looking at a gyro and watching it for 20 minutes straight. Very few people will do that. I wouldn't either. Like even when I recorded it, when I was filming it the first time, I just filmed it, and then while I was like on my phone doing whatever, or just I was filming it while I was doing other stuff, and then when I watch the video, I make it 16x speed. So imagine this. Imagine watching this forever. So most people watch it for a minute and then just take it off, and then be like, all right, gyros just go 90 degrees, etc., and ignore, and then just go on with their day. But now we're gonna speed it up. That was even too fast. This is normal speed. So look how slow it's going. It's super precise. It's super fast. It's super weighted over there, but also it's very little friction, so it can go on for a very long time. Look how slow it is. So if you think about it, if you spin it super fast, it will literally just be perfectly stationary. So then the question is, so if it spins super fast, it's literally anti-gravity. It's just on its own. Even this one, I believe, my view, this is anti-gravity. It's just hanging there, even by mainstream physics standards. All right. So now for you, speed up. I'm speeding up to 16x speed. A World of Wonder, Dave Powell. All right. Well, he went from calling me a R-gauge clone. Wait, let me just see this. This is some interesting dialogue. Okay, Dave Powell went from calling me a Richard Gage clone to World of Wonder. All right. Jerry Bartlett, 9/11 Revisited would like to watch your beard for 20 minutes, but I don't know if he's straight. All right. Keep it friendly here, guys. Oh yeah, actually, I was gonna include another thing. After this video, I'll go include another thing why I didn't have a live stream last week, and yeah. So that comment by you, Jamie, refresh my memory. All right, anyway, so I'm speeding this up. There's 12x speed, 16x speed, and it's going up. I put my hand here because it might violently throw itself. All right, and it rose at the 6-minute mark. Actually, it's freezing up. Let's see this. Over there, the 7-minute mark, it rose up. So in 7 minutes, it went perfectly vertical. And now I'm just speeding up even more and more to see how long it goes. All right. Oh, whoops. Okay, then it falls down, and it's still going. And it's, yeah. All right, and I have it here just to see how long it spins for. Because it's still spinning. And this will play into the next video, which is, pretty remarkable. This is why I like Gyroscopes. Pretty much why I think Bruce DePalma's end machine is the real deal, which you can actually. So yeah, a lot of people, like even Dave Powell in the comment section in my videos. Oh well, look, another visitor's telling him, telling Jeremy how big of a beard he has. My beard was 40 centimeters shaved off, but a month of growing. All right. But why is this? I don't like that there's hearts in there. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to here. Live stream, okay. But a month growing it again. Okay, nice. Okay, so he's got a huge beard. Going back to the experiment here. Alright, so it's still going. And let's speed it up to 16x speed. You can see the time. I'm holding down the key button. Alright. And it's going, and it's gonna stop at I think 18 minutes or something. Oh no, actually almost there it is. It's about to stop, and there it is, 17 minutes and stop. All right, so that's an important. Okay, it has an auto playlist there. Yeah, actually, and now before we're getting to the next one, so the next one is gonna explain why. Yeah, like it's gonna tie into the first two videos. Well, this one mainly because how long the spin speed was. But before we get to that, the reason last week I was going to do a live stream, but I ended up going to a freedom rally, basically anti-vax rally, because the mandates are coming back. They just brought mask mandates in like I think BC. Here, where's the Telegram? How do I get to the Telegram? All right, web.telegram. So we go here and yeah, so I went to the rally, but then Antifa was there. First time I've ever seen Antifa. Let's go to the yeah, let's go to, yeah, so basically I went to the rally on actually not this rally, not the I didn't go to the anti-Soji rally. Let's just go back here. Okay, not that one. This one, okay. Showing up in downtown. No, this is the Antifa purse. Alright, so let's just see. This is why last week I was busy at this protest. So we went to a anti-vax or just a freedom rally thingy. Let's see the photo. And I wanted to make a video early on, live stream, and then telling people they're in Vancouver, just show up. 23. And oh yeah, also the I think we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Yeah, this is the one I went to. December 23rd, this is the worldwide rally for freedom. And then for some reason Antifa was there talking about complete like irrelevant nonsense. Okay, so Antifa was there. Yeah, so we were here, and then there's literally Antifa with a pride flag for some reason. This is not a anti-pride rally or anything. Alright, and oh, so Reality Access says, it takes some degree of intelligence and creative imagination to even begin to comprehend the significance of these demonstrations. Yes, I assume you're talking about the gyros. The gyros pretty epic. Alright, so right here, so these guys were here, and there's a Communist Party of Canada's there. But what are they doing here? We were at a protest saying we don't want any lockdowns, because they're probably going to happen eventually, and no mandates. So in other words, we want freedom for the pride people, LGBTQ, even for this communist. Like freedom to not have mandates, fax or mask or lockdown, etc. And now there's Antifa here, and I was taking a photo, and then he gives me the fingers here. And this Antifa's there. What are they doing here? So the anti-fascist is against people that are against fascism or something. And then he covers the whole face. A lot of them were all covered up, all wearing black. Like, what is this clown doing? Alright? And then they start chanting, protect trans kids or something. Let's see the video. Let's see if it has sound. Let's play the sound. Yeah. If you can see I'm laughing, videotape is that you can hear me laughing at what I'm filming this. Like, I have no idea what... So they're saying protect trans kids. What does that have to do with anything? It's not even, it's the wrong rally. So I wrote Antifa at the wrong rally. Because it's literally, we're saying even trans people shouldn't be forced to take a vax or wear a mask. Don't bring up the feds, I'm so hungry, alright. Yeah, so feds for sure. Yeah, those are a bunch of clowns. And then, but now here's a real anti-vaxxer with a freedom horn. Okay, he was there. And then, let's see here. Actually, there's a Druthers thing. This is a pretty epic newspaper here. I'll see if I can put the Druthers. I think it's pronounced Druthers. Yeah, this is a alt media newspaper. Let's put it in the video notes. Oops. And we'll get back to... Okay, I'll put it here, and yeah. Basically, I was reading that at a Starbucks. And yeah, so this is why I wasn't doing the live stream. And let's see here. I'm gonna read this one. Then this is in the Druthers one. So we've come to, as aliens come in, so we've come to experiment on you, plunder your resources, and enslave your freedom. No, enslave you forever. And then the person says, "Oh, you're from the government." And then I got an Antifa purse. All right, so that's it. All right, okay, enough of that, and let's get back to So that's why I wasn't doing a live stream. And another thing I was to do, I'll put it in, let's say 11, September 23rd and November 3rd. I'll just in notes / March 11. I'll get back to that notes in a bit. Let's do another gyro experiment. So okay, so we got that gyro one. I showed you that it rises, and the other one it goes on for like 18 minutes, etc. But the key part about that is, if I open it here, is, let's see, Antifa and patrons from both fronts and ops and yeah, well, it depends. The Freedom Rally, it's pretty interesting. You'll see some people that are like us. And then then all around is people literally Normieville. It's pretty epic. Yeah, yes, the gyroscope demonstrates, yes, for sure. Yeah, thanks, Richard from Reality Access. Okay, so going back to the one, so this is an important video. So I have one here rising, and in the other one I have, let's see, I have, how many videos is there? I have 3 videos right here. Yeah, so I have 3 videos. Let's just see why do I have 3? I thought it was only 2, but anyway, let's see what's happening here. Alright. Okay, so I have this one here is a gyro. I just put it down. Oh no, actually, yeah, this is what I wanted to do. Alright, so you know how whenever you had a gyroscope, if you move it around. Okay, so Sonny G says we're from the government and here to help. Alright, so AI stage and from the devil who gives knowledge. Alright, yeah, it's all CGI. I'm probably CGI. Alright, so here's the thing. There's 3 experiments. There's one here on the right. This one I put it here so the gyro rises. This one here I just put it down doing nothing. And this is the most important one. Okay, so if you ever had a gyroscope and you move it, you could feel that like tremendous force. It's like pushing against you. But what nobody realizes is that force does not slow down the gyroscope. So in other words, you're literally getting a free force for nothing. In other words, free energy. Well, let's see this. All right. Because look at the time. I'm recording the whole thing. So these are all the same gyros, pretty much around the same time. Let's make it HD. Because when I make it, when I make it 16x speed, sometimes it auto slows down. So I'm here moving it. So you ever move the gyro, you can feel that force. So this one I just leave it there doing nothing. So there's no force exerted on it. This one it's rising on its own. This one I'm shaking it. And then the question is what's going to happen? Which one's going to last the longest? So in other words, that spin was not giving the reason that it's getting its force from, like, yeah. So the gyro can rise on its own, and now let's just speed it up. Yeah. So there it is. It's risen, and about now. All right. So it rose there, and this one it's still going. This one there's no force exerted on it. This one it's rising. This one I'm shaking it, so you can feel all the force in there. Just constantly getting the force. And basically the spin speed is not affected. This one rises, falls, etc. And nothing has slowed down. So it never, yeah, so alright. And look at the time here. This is 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 13. And then this one I just put it down there because it stopped rising, it stopped moving. This one's still shaking it. This one is still stationary. And let's see if anything changed. Alright, this one is basically giving away its force to see how much time it's going. And just make it normal speed. It's still going. So basically there's no significant change in any of the gyros. Oh, the rise on its own goes for longer? He's asking, well, nothing changes. So how does it slow down? To slow down, well, it has friction. So the only, when you there's actually friction on the road. Okay, so this one that was shaking at 726. So that one is let's see, pretty long. 717. So the one that was shaking, the one I was holding it in my hand and moving it around a million, that lasted the longest. But again, it varies. But they're all pretty much the same. There's nothing significant. The one that rose, it's 717 or 720. Yeah, 721, and it's about to stop, and stops there. Okay. Actually, yeah. So the one that rose is a tiny bit longer than the other ones. Yeah, it's a tiny bit longer than this one. So this one got it right, actually. If it's a betting sport, just so Jeremy got it right. All right. So that's one of them. Yeah. So resistance from the air and bearings. Yeah, basically that's the actual friction on the rotor. But the thing is, the precession does not slow it down. So that's a key thing. So whenever you see even mainstream experiments, it's processing, etc. It's processing, but it's not taking that energy from anywhere. It's like, yeah, it's just going on its own in the same amount of time that would go if you just didn't do that. So in other words, you can do a force or nothing, and nothing changes. Hence, gyro for navigation are, I hate that this heart shows up, are ring lasers in a vacuum. Yeah, some of them like that. Sometimes say gyros, but they're just like vibrational / laser stuff. But yeah, it's pretty epic. Okay, so now the next one is, let's see the next experiment. Okay, so this one is another experiment about gyros. So there's a thing I showed. It shows it rise on its own, and the precession or the rising, or the inertial force you get does not affect the spin speed. How do you define the Roman Empire? Well, the thing is, I think there's been a world empire since the beginning of time. Probably the Freemasonic Empire. Rome is just one iteration of whatever they're trying to achieve. Alright, that's in my 2 cents. Okay, so let's go right here. So gyroscopes process with 0 angular momentum. So this is another one that Eric Lathwaite was trying to tell people. Like, I even had the latest comment I had was literally someone watching my gyro video, and then this person says, this has nothing to do with gravity or anti-gravity. They are force vectors in 90 degrees. It's like everyone just repeats random things that don't make any sense. It's like, then I said, that's not how gyros work, and stop ignoring what Eric Lathwaite is saying. So no one even watched the video and listened to what he's saying. He's saying gyros process without conventional inertia, like without the expected force, the reaction force. So gyroscopes, and I wrote, process with less inertia than expected. In fact, they can even rise on their own. Here's my experiment showing a gyro can rise on its own without moving an ice block laterally. Okay, so Jeremy says 9/11 Revisited defines the Roman Empire as a bunch of dudes with or without beards. Alright, that's the, I'll put it 100%. What is going on now? I'm logged out now? Alright, so it logged me out of my YouTube on the comments. Like, what in the world just happened? Why would it log me out? In the best military, NASA, the gyroscope doesn't move. Okay, someone just wrote that. Let's move this away, and I'll type my password. I have no idea why it just signed me out. Alright. It's like, just connect. So, Google signed me out of my own live stream chat. Like, what is going on here? Type my password. Alright, mute this. Why is it a video now? Chat's there. Alright, so now it's gone. I want to get the chat back. Alright, so the chat's gone. And now we're in the matrix. And I'll do, because I was using the software that I was using for the chat. Let's put it here. This one here. And can you guys see the chat properly? No, thanks. And alright, I'm just gonna leave the chat there. I think it's visible. I'll move it maybe a tiny bit to the right. And alright, there it is. There's the chat. I'm using the regular YouTube. This is opposed to software one. And make it here. Alright, so then we get the chat there. Now we got some videos here. Okay, so I'm getting a message. Can still see and hear you. Alright, so you can still see and hear me. No, I was talking about the chat. Oh, I was gonna block this. So 9/11 Revisited messaged me. I just don't know why my software chat is gone. I'm just gonna put this back down. No, yeah, I know you can hear me. I'm just trying to fix some stuff up here. I'm gonna move this down here. Okay, is everything fine now? Okay, now I'm using that. And there's my face here. Make my face maybe bigger. Alright, so my face is bigger. I have to fit it in the new chat. And the window here is a bit smaller, but it shouldn't be bad. Alright, is everything fine? Watching message redacted. Retracted. Alright, so someone's got a message retracted. Mark Mills, you have a metal rotating, therefore charge is rotating, therefore you have a magnetic field, therefore you have an associated electrostatic field, tension Z, or the stress ellipsoid. Alright, that is pretty epic stuff. Alright, so let's go back to here.
In which we're going to show that a gyroscope, once again, another further demonstration that a precessing gyro does not have angular momentum, what is commonly known as inertia, and yet the same speed, if it was not spinning, would demolish that it could not demolish before. So first of all, yeah, we'll spin up. We've got this rod. The mistake we made last time was to put it to a hole. This time we've clamped it really tight. Okay, let's go. Oh, yeah.
Alright. So if you have gyro processing, and then if you block it off, it just moves. It doesn't destroy it. Yeah. So if it's moving the same speed as it would falling down, it just the stick becomes as if it's rock solid. Okay. Right. Liger says, MES, please carry on. All right. Sweet. Matthew 100%. All right. Everything's fine.
As soon as it touches the rod, it drops like a stone and returns.
Yeah. See that again?
As soon as it touches the rod, it drops like a stone and returns. It has not the inertia to knock that off. So now we clamp it, and we turn. The other thing we didn't do last time was to make sure that this baseboard was firmly secured against something to make it like a hard wall. If you don't do that, then of course everything gives way. From the top side. Now we have calculated. You saw me blowing a note there on the recorder. That was so that I could listen to the note of the wind over the Pelton bucket, so that I could get the speed appropriate to the angle which I am now going to drop the gyro from. When it lines up with that shadow there, then that is the correct height to give the same velocity at the bottom as we hit it before. And this time, I hope, fingers crossed, not quite.
Almost.
Once more.
And it just destroys it. Yeah. So basically, that's if a gyro is processing. Again, I'll just do the procession. Wiki. So there's two things to note. So the gyro spinning. This is the thing spinning. There's a precession. So the movement here, but also this is a bit not fully accurate. But anyways, it's moving like that. That does not have the same momentum as if it was just moving without spinning, without precessing. So the precession is the key. All right. Yeah.
Not quite.
So the same speed, this would break it if it's not spinning. If it's spinning and it's precessing, it instantly moves away from it. So the gyro does not want to destroy it. It's in the way. All right. So now we have that. And let's go to the next one here. This one is the one I sent this person just repeating something. Repeating the same thing. Their force vectors are 90 degrees. Okay, it depends on the speed. If you have super high speed, it won't even move. And if you have low speed, there is no gyro. So it's like, you can't just say 90 degrees. So let's see here. So when he says 90 degrees, it says the precession, it goes opposite there. So if you're going down, it's going to go to the side, but it can also go up. Let's go back here. All right, faster. All right, Jeremy says tax BS stands for taxing the beard system. Okay, so Jeremy's not letting go of the beard. All right, epic stuff. Yeah. So notice the. I'm gonna mute the lower volume. So notice the ice block does not move laterally. I think I showed this in the first live stream, but it does not move laterally. But the center of mass is right here. It's center of mass. It should be right there. And there's no forces acting upon it, so basically it should be rotating about the center of mass. But it's not, because it's and then it rises up. So it rises up, doesn't move the block, and so this experiment has everything on it. And let's see, and it's gonna keep going, and then once it's losing its spin speed, it starts going down. And then it's as if it regained its inertia. So when it was spinning, it's as if its inertia was somewhere else. Because now it's losing its spin speed. It's gaining its inertia. The center of mass is moving away from this bottom part all the way to the top. And now the ice block is moving. So notice when it's slowed down, look at the ice block moving. So basically when it's it's as if it regained its mass. And now you know why Eric Lathrup's experiment, it wouldn't break the stick when it's spinning, but then when it's not spinning, it can break it. In the same way, it can move the ice block when it's not spinning, or when the spin speed is very, very slow, so it's regaining its mass. Yeah, and then when you get it super low, it just wants to fall down, like, barely, and so it wants to fall down quickly. Yeah, and it just falls down. So that is gyro with and without. And then the experiments get pretty ridiculous. There's another guy, I'll show it in a bit, where people talk about, so the free energy, etc. stuff. Well, again, everything is just words. Basically, this experiment 8, I'll show you that in a bit. This one's the same one, but this perfectly sideways, so that it's hard to rise. This one doesn't rise because it's too sideways. I just wanted to show this one, and oh no, this is casing spinning. This is the wrong one. That was the casing spinning. This one is, yeah, I had the casing spinning as well because I removed that base so that it pushes on it and it still rises. So the whole thing is pushing it on there because there's very low friction at the base here, so it's literally spinning with it. But anyway, so it rises up there, and what is it? This was the one actually. This is experiment 6. This is just a sideways one. I just want to quickly go through this one. So this one I just made it more horizontal, and it doesn't move. Just to show that the center of mass should be way out here, not here, but it does not move it. So this one is basically what Eric Lathwood has been trying to say for years, and it's like everyone just repeats mainstream mumbo jumbo. Like it's literally showing you like literally magic right here. Oh dear, where has this plane led me to? Adio, all right, audio. Where has this plane led me? All right, so piano andante or whatever. It's commenting some incoherent mumbo jumbo. All right, so we got that, and now we're gonna go to this one here. Experiment 8. This one is epic. This is by Francis McCabe. So he's showing that not only, like I was showing that the gyroscopes, they process, it's as if they're just like moving on their own. This one shows that if you had a motor that could not even power, like just like the motor right here, it can only power something 1,000 pounds lighter than this, or the torque was less. Or where's the end machine? And yeah, I'll get to that in a bit. I'm just gonna go over a few more gyros because remember the video title is Gyroscopes and End Machine. I'm gonna go through. I'll speed through these and then we'll go through the end machine. End machine, I'm gonna basically have to learn on the go as well here. But I'm just illustrating the gyroscopes. We'll get to the end machine eventually, even if it's another hour or so. I just wanna power through. Let's see the live streaming stats. So we have 21 people here. All right, so less than before. We'll get to the end machine soon. I just wanted to show this one here. This one is. So this one shows 1,000 times torque over unity. So if you let's play it here.
50 pounds, close to 50 pounds.
So a lot of people talk about over unity, etc. This one's torque over unity 1,000 times. I'll explain.
Roughly 25 inches from the pivot point. So we're going to start this up with a 6-volt battery, which barely
So he's using a 6-volt battery that can barely turn this.
spins this thing.
And you can only spin it when it's vertically down. If you have if this was lifted any angle, the motor would not be powerful enough to spin it.
It's equal to this little motor here.
Yeah. So that motor is like equivalent to, yeah, it's the same one as this one here.
Same motor. And it's 2.5 inch-pounds at 12 volts.
Yeah, so 2.5 inch pounds. That's the torque it's using. Basically, it can lift 2.5 pounds 1 inch away. And I'll get a demonstration here. Anti-gravity video series. So I got the notes finally working. When I had a giant part 6 anti-gravity, this was the objects in rotation defy mainstream physics, and we'll go to McCabe. I had some drawings here to illustrate it. Just to illustrate how absolutely mind-boggling this demonstration is. All right. So basically, he's using this is an example of 1,000 times torque over unity. So if you have 1 inch distance, and you have a 1 pound weight, and a motor that can spin this would need a 1 inch pound motor. All right. So but now when you spin it, you can have a 1 inch pound motor spinning 1,000 pounds at 1 inch away. All right. So in other words, this motor can't power this if it's not spinning. Like if you're starting off, it can't do it. But once it's spinning, it can power it up and speed up as if it's magic. Let's go back to here.
So we put 6 volts onto this, and it takes nothing to stop it. It's
Yeah.
just
See how weak it is? You can literally hold it.
no visible torque. So now you can figure out that this is close to 1,200 inch-pounds.
Yeah. So this giant wheel, at this distance away, it's about 1,200 inch-pounds. So of torque. Speed it up.
When we lift this,
So he had it spinning from the bottom. There was no torque.
spinning up, and we will let this do what it's going to do.
All right. So now it's processing.
So we're actually torquing up.
It's torquing, but he's saying it's actually speeding up.
There's 1,200 inch-pounds with a motor rated at 2.5 at 12, and we're putting 6 volts in.
Well, it's falling down.
If this is conservation of energy, or whatever. Without too much torque, not much more than it takes to spin this when it's static. We can end up angling this up. Into a spiral. So basically that is our little thing here. Disconnect the battery, so now we're putting no power
Okay, so now he took the battery off, and it's still going.
to this.
And it's falling down.
And it maintains precession relatively reasonable. But the point is that we're doing 1,200 inch-pounds of work with a spinning wheel driven by a motor that's only capable of putting out really half of 2.5 inch-pounds.
Yeah. So essentially, you get a motor with a 9-volt battery, or 12-volt battery, and then and then once you get it spinning, the precession is what's lifting it up. So in other words, it's the torque over unity is just from the precession. Somehow it's able to keep itself up, literally anti-gravity. And so here, excellent demonstration. Bahadur says, yes, thank you. And so because this guy's John's asking about the end machine. Okay, we'll skip the rest of the experiments. We'll get back to the end. We'll get to the end machine. Jeremy says it's processing. No, it's processing around. You gotta go pre processing around a bearded axis. All right. All right. So I'll skip these ones for now. We'll go to some end machine stuff. And then we'll get back to these, and then we'll call it quits. So let's go back here. Okay, so I want to get these images first. So this one here, just to illustrate what this means, though. Okay, this means that you can get, if you get a motor that can only power a little bike wheel, you can spin up a motorcycle. So all you do is put the motorcycle upside down, spin it, and then, processing. All right. You got it. Yeah, that's right. And then if you can literally power it with the same motor that does this little bicycle wheel. And then I had this Photoshop I made. So what if you had a bike? So you can literally have a bike wheel like here, and then connect it to this motor where your the energy is coming from this, and you can literally power a processing motorcycle. And here's some other ones. He was making a piston actually, Francis McCabe, 88 times torque over unity oscillating piston. So this one would have a gyroscope with these ones spinning this way, and then he would spin it around, and he could pump this up at 88x torque. So this is some next level possibilities. Actually, we should watch it there. And here's a Photoshop I made: over unity gyro piston car or bike, or power plant. All right. Actually, we'll get to that. I'll just show this image, this video here. This is pretty epic stuff, and then we'll get back to the end machine. End machine is gonna be video unavailable. YouTube has been terminated. Okay, so I have no idea. So basically, this is why you have to make sure your stuff doesn't get deleted and put it everywhere. So that was an important video right here. But luckily, I showed it in my anti-gravity video. So let's just play it, because that is an important video that needs to be watched. And so initially YouTube had limits. You couldn't upload longer than, this was like 22 hours. You couldn't upload that long. So I had to split in 2 videos. But then with Odyssey, you can upload long and you can replace the video that you uploaded before. So I'm just going to go where's Francis McCabe? We're going to play that video, and then we're going to get to the end machine. So John's, stick around, we'll get to the end machine. End machine is going to be, because yeah, I'm not an expert in end machine. I just know, I just have a very good hunch that it works. Because when I hear the word gyroscope. Alright, how do I get to the thingy? Alright, this is 22 hours long, holy. Okay, so now where is the, put the timestamps, McCabe, Francis McCabe, 9:19. Alright. I'm gonna fast forward, and yeah, I think, yeah, he also passed away. And so that was me talking over it, and I just want to show the over Unity one, I know the other one, the actual piston he made. So there's me talking about the stuff, and I just did it. I'm just fast forwarding everywhere. Okay, there it is, and let's play it.
Can you explain this all one more time for the camera? So we have this battery here, which turns these.
So that battery, excuse me, yes, you're right. That battery spins these wheels.
It spins them this way.
Right, well, whatever direction it goes in. Yeah, there it is. And so now you have to spin. Now nothing's happening. And then you power this motor, which starts to turn these. Now the turning has to be faster than the natural rate of precession that you would get if you operated this by hand. So now you're using this to make the oscillation happen. So now the oscillation happens, and you end up putting 210 pounds here times over 10 inches. So you call that 2,100 inch-pounds is your output. The input is only 3 plus about 21, so let's say 25 inch-pounds in.
Yeah, so that's me talking in the video, not me talking right now. Motor inside spinning these 2 wheels at the same time. This is about 3 inches, as you said, 3 inch-pounds. And then the outer motor here that's forcing the precession is about 21 inch-pounds of input. And again, as it showed above, it's about 2,100 output. Because going back here, so it's about, yeah, so 210 pounds of force that required to move this piston at a distance of 10 inches right here. So yes, fascinating stuff.
The input is only 3 plus about 21, so let's say 25 inch-pounds in, and 2,100 inch-pounds out.
Jeez. Can we see this demonstrated later?
Yeah, well, I can do it now.
Cool, that would be good.
Let's see if we got enough left here.
All right.
So now, let me up this first.
Yep.
Speed up. Yeah, so notice when he spins it without when he forces the precession without any spinning of the gyros, nothing really happens. Yeah, so just takes time to from the movement.
Okay, now we start to spin.
So just note the spin direction again. Okay, Ligers, I hope you get money from YouTube. Commercials, annoying interruption. Okay, yeah. YouTube was testing that out. Should I get rid of those? I can see if I can get rid of those. I'm like, monetization. Limited already. Okay, because I talked about 9/11. Double checked. Alright, request review. Yeah, so whenever you talk about 9/11 or that Vax Antifa stuff. So I'll just turn these off then here. Alright, so Ride the Liger says, I hope you get money for YouTube commercials, annoying interruption. I'll just turn them off. Yeah, they're pretty annoying for live stream, I guess. But yes, and so it's not monetized, and it's already going to be limited anyways because of the talking about the Vax or the 9/11. So anyways, so if you want to support, leave it if you get money. Jeremy says leave it if you get it. Yeah, but it's not much. I leave it mainly for, I would assume that it's promoted more. If something's monetized on YouTube, I'll leave it. Okay. So should I leave it on or no? Up to you guys. Next person says yes or no. We're picking one. Just because it'll get more exposure. It comes midstream. Yeah, that's the thing. It was saying midstream. So pre-rolls will be inserted automatically. Yeah. So these are just for the midstream. So you have these. I think. Yeah. Live ad settings. How does that work? I think it's on. Let YouTube insert and so schedule at a set frequency. Skippable video ads, non-skippable. Okay. Okay. Ride Liger says leave it. Okay, I'll just leave it. I'll just put whatever YouTube recommends then. Well, yeah, just let me know if it's too annoying. Cause the reason I want the ads, well, it's a tiny bit of money because it's limited anyway, so it's not gonna get much. Because of when you talk about when it says limited here, we're talking literally pennies. Let's go to limited. Let's see what YouTube gets for limited. Yeah. So when it says limited, like this one went pretty viral for like first day. 2 cents off this 1.7K views. So basically, yeah, but I think it would show up more. Like if something's advertised, YouTube will promote it more. And so if, like, for example, if this video wasn't limited state, it would have probably got 100,000 views and probably like a couple $1,000. But that's how YouTube is. All right, or even near 1 million views. But yeah, so if you want to support, donate, and then we can remove all ads. But again, I like ads even then because it promotes it more. And let's go back to here. This is my train of thought. Okay, so here he's gonna power it through. Spins as if. Okay, leave it if it promotes you. I say like the beard, keep it. All right. So we got Jeremy with the beard. No, yeah, I had another beard one as well. Important to note, no beards were harmed in making this experiment. Yeah, all right. You had your right hand over here, and it will just spin out from here to here. So right hand rule on. Okay, so that's me talking in the video, not me talking right now. This side. But anyways.
Wow, it's unfortunate.
So he spins it with this little motor.
Okay, now we have to spin.
And then he spins then he force processes it, basically spinning the part right, the center axis around it. Yeah, so it's a bit chaotic because it's you know, these are just amateurs trying to make some next level experiments. Look how much it shakes. But it shakes the whole table with these tiny these motors are tiny, and now it's and the piston's going up and down. So the piston goes up and down. Unbelievable. Yeah, so 210 pounds, it states.
We only got 25 inch-pounds in. We got 210 times the spin. It's going to go through a carpet tank. So that's 2,100 inch-pounds out, or less than 25 inch-pounds in.
Yeah, so he says 2,100 inch-pounds out with 25 inch-pounds in, or something like that. And let's see what I put it in. I scroll it there. Whoops. Where's the link? This is the link. Okay. So 88x torque, and I put some notes down here. So the piston exerts upwards. Yeah, let me zoom into this. So I put the notes in. So the piston right here exerts upwards 210 pounds of force at about 10 inches away. So about 10 inches away at 210 pounds. That'll be that's going to be 210 times 10. That's 2,100 inch-pounds of torque is required to compress the piston. So to compress this piston requires 2,100 inch-pounds. Okay. And now let's see. I was getting a message. All right, and let's ignore that. Yeah, so basically to compress the piston, it needs 2,100 inch-pounds, and the precession rotor is capable of 21 inch-pounds. So those motors he's using can only do 21 inch-pounds, and the gyro, yeah, had I think it's 21. Yeah, so the gyro wheels rotor is capable of 3 inch-pounds. It's the gyro wheels rotor. So there's two rotors, or the rotational motors. So you have one of them for spinning these. So you have the little motor spinning these, and you have the other motor spinning in the red. So there's a red spin and there's the yellow spins. and those ones are capable of only 3 inch-pounds for the gyro wheels, and then precession rotors 21 inch-pounds. And then if you have total output torque, just combine these 21 in plus 3, that's 24, divided by 21 inch-pounds out, so 87.5 torque over unity. All right. And let's see, any more comments? Okay, 911 Rizzi says, love your humor, Jeremy. All right, so we got some... Okay, 911 Rizzi says, if you want donation, do a stripper chat. Okay, I'll do an OnlyFans. So I'll talk about 9/11 in OnlyFans. Alrighty, let's see. How's my face? Is it in the center of the thing? Alright. So now we got that. We got some gyro magic. Literally, you can move a piston with tiny motors you can just go and buy or make on your own. So that is epic stuff here. Okay, so now we're going to go with some Bruce DePalma end machine. So Bruce DePalma. This is why I wanted to get the links all set up here. And we're going to... some of it's going to be improv. So I'm going to put Bruce DePalma stuff here. Actually, yeah, okay, after Bruce DePalma, I'm going to go over some, like, mind-boggling December 23rd / well, it's more mind-boggling. It's November 3rd / March 11th that nobody knows but me. Like, I just figured out, like, last week, which is mind-boggling. Alright, so Bruce DePalma stuff. I'm just going to move here. Alright, so Bruce DePalma, he was, graduated in 1954, and, yeah, so he made this end machine that he claims produces more energy than out. Basically, yeah, so earlier observations laid the foundation to rediscover Michael Faraday's idea of a rotating magnet and extracting electricity from the conductor and magnet connected together. All right. And then it was DePalma's belief that this configuration would produce efficiencies greater than 100%. All right, so there's Bruce DePalma. I just want to see if I could play. So again, a lot of it's going to be improv. I don't got so much beard. I have an unshaven unkempt. Okay. Let's see some stuff here.
Our next speaker.
Where is the end machine?
Is Bruce DePalma.
Actually, I'm gonna scroll down. He had okay, so this is it's gonna be some improv. So bear with me because it's been a while since I looked at the Bruce DePalma one. But I knew before this is gonna be the first one I was gonna try to replicate. So 3 essential DePalma truths. So in the 3 decades following Bruce DePalma's excommunication from Orthodox priesthood of science, and it was actually involved with gyroscopes actually, because he couldn't explain gyroscopes, so then he went and realized, all right, there's something else to it. He demonstrated 3 essential truths of gravitation and inertia are not equivalent, contrary to Einstein's assumption. Rotation alters both gravitation and inertia. So he learned, he realized this early on as well, like I just showed you. Gyros rise, and they have less inertia than expected. But, yeah, so remember I said gyros have less inertia than expected, as in the experiments. So remember the ice block wouldn't move. Yeah, so I'll make it the bigger one. Here's why I like this one here. So you remember gyros rise on their own. The inertia does not slow the spin speed, so it's not coming from the spin speed. The energy is coming from somewhere else. When you process, it doesn't have enough inertia to break this little flimsy stick. It doesn't have enough inertia to move the ice block laterally. All right, but in that other anti-gravity one, where's the anti-gravity part 6? Where did it go? Anti-gravity part 6, I think. Oh, I deleted that one. Oh, no, I mean, I deleted the tab. Let's go back here. So we have things that don't make sense. So we have gyros acting as if they don't have enough inertia. And then we have gyros, as McCabe showed, that have, that can literally move the entire table. This number shook the whole table, moved the piston. So it goes from having no inertia to somehow having 1,000 times torque over unity type of inertia. So it can go and lift this up. So 88 times torque over unity here. So it's able to violently move this, but when the precession is free to move somewhere, that's why on the stick it doesn't break. So the stick doesn't break is because it's allowed to move away from this. There's an empty space on the right side. It will just hit it and move away. But if you don't allow that to move it, like this one here, where he has it forced, all connected here, there's nowhere for it to move laterally. It will just literally go the only place it can move, which is move this up. So it can't move sideways, it will force this upwards. So in other words, gyros do what they want to do. Alright, so we have that. And let's see, then he says, there exists a generally unrecognized mass field of polarized inertia around a real rotating object. This field affects the properties of matter, energy, and systems exposed to it, and a rotating magnetized gyroscope or homopolar generator does not conform to the law of conservation of energy. And yeah, that is the proofs DePalma, some of the stuff he had. I just want to go through some gyro stuff that he was talking about. All right. So let's, and then we'll go over some Faraday stuff just to get some context like this. Okay, so Uncanny says there were sacred numbers to the Celts. U in the ancient Celts, 311 is a proportion of the pyramid and the Earth to the moon. All right, sweet. Yeah, so 311, that's when COVID was declared a pandemic. On March 11th. Okay, so they were sacred numbers. Imagine using something like this for UFOs to generate energy and gravity. Oh, snap. All right, epic stuff here. Okay, so following in Faraday's footsteps, DePalma in 1978 speculated that free energy could be tapped from the matrix of space by magnetizing a gyroscope. I reasoned that the metal of the magnetized gyroscope moving through its own magnetic field when rotated would produce an electrical potential between the axle and the outer edge of the magnetized flywheel. Alright, this insight led him to his end machine, essentially a one-piece. So basically the reason I wanted to build this one is simple. It's essentially a one-piece rotating magnetized flywheel, just a magnet rotating. Instead of having a rotor and a stator, as do conventional generators, so rotor and stator. So now we're going to go into just a context on electricity is produced, or mainstream electricity. So rotor and a stator. The rotor is the rotating part of a machine, and then where's the stator? Let's go here, rotor, and then the stator is the one that doesn't move. The stator, core, and I'm just gonna go images, and then we might see a video to get caught up. Okay, so basically, this is how basically electricity is formed. You'll have these are electromagnets, or just either electromagnets, or just magnets, etc. So you have this rotating, and then this one is this is the rotor rotating. This is stator, it's stationary. You rotate it, and then you connect some wires. You got some electricity. All right, that's pretty much it. And the question is, well, what's electricity? And well, it's all tied together. And what these electromagnets are just coils of wire. And somehow, when you put electricity in it, they all become like magnets. Yeah, they all become magnets. Hence, electromagnet. And we'll go over. Let's go YouTube video. Yeah, I didn't have enough time to put the notes in initially, so we'll just have to find it on improv right here. Stator and rotor, how generator works. How does an alternator work? How electric motors work. Oh, it's motor actually, okay. Alternator.
Alternators are the workhorse of the power generation industry. It is capable to generate AC power at a specified frequency. It is also called a synchronous generator. Electricity is produced in alternators by electromagnetic induction. To generate electricity in a coil, either the coil should rotate with respect
Yes, on Kenny says induction. It's electromagnetic induction.
to magnetic field, or a magnetic field should rotate with respect to the coil.
Yes, basically, if you have a magnetic field and then you have something rotating it.
Coil should rotate with respect to the electricity in a coil. Either the coil should rotate with respect to magnetic field, or a magnetic field should rotate with respect to the coil.
Yeah, it's basically if you have a magnet, it needs to be moving relative to a coil. Yeah, and then you get electricity somehow, and you get an induced current, hence induction. And you could even see. I think if you put a magnet, if you put a coil around a battery and then connect a wire or a rod to it, it just becomes super hot. Let me just see this. Okay.
In the case of alternator, the latter approach is used.
All right, so this spins the magnetic field, and then the stator.
Rotor and armature coils are the two main parts of an alternator.
So rotor, think of it just magnets, but in this case, electromagnets.
Rotor produces a rotating magnetic flux. Armature coils are stationary. And rotating magnetic flux associated with the rotor induces electricity in the armature coils.
Okay. Let's fast forward.
This kind of rotor shown here is known
because I don't want to get a copyright claim.
As salient pole rotor. Around it would be as shown.
Let's see this. All right. There was a simple demonstration. Simple permanent magnet motor. Motor or generator. I just want to get a simple one. I don't want to get these complex electromagnets set up. Okay. How to make free energy with magnet at home, and let's just see this one here, magnet. Yeah, so basically you have something here. Just mute it. Alright, so you put magnets on, and you spin it. 130,000 views. Okay, you put that on and spin it. Let's see what he does. And you put some wires near it. And I think it's another magnet inside. Alright. Yeah. So basically, you have these magnets spinning. There's another magnet. You have a relative spinning of the magnet, and then there's a magnetic field there. There's a magnetic field on the little magnets, and you get electricity somehow. So this is why, so I'm not an expert in electromagnetism as I am with gyroscopes, because I did mechanical physics a lot in university. All right. So anyway, so that's how it is. Yeah, so like Uncanny says, we know how to make circuits work. We don't exactly understand why they work. No, that's 100%. Well, again, when we say we, I say publicly, because privately they know how to turn towers into dust, so they know how this works. So that, all right, let's see the unmute. Yeah, so basically magnets spin, and then you have this, and you get electricity. And then Bruce DePalma wants to do it without needing anything else. Just let's see. Okay, so right here, Faraday's footsteps speculated that, and there's the Faraday two-piece induction generator. See, I just want to, when the world embraced there was a Faraday one that he wanted, the homopolar generator. Okay, so he wanted, Bruce DePalma's inspiration was this Faraday's homopolar generator. I just want to get this one here, not the mainstream ones. Okay. How does this work? How does it work? Okay, Faraday's disc. Let's just go over Faraday's disc and then see how this works. And then we'll go over some videos here. So that's why I said this video is going to be some improv. So you spin a magnet, you get electricity somehow. And then there's other magnets in there. And there's something lighting up. I don't know why I don't explain anything. Alright, so we go there. Faraday disc. Let's see if this explains it.
The apparatus we have here is an example of a very simple electric generator. We have a large copper disc that is connected on the outside through wires to this microammeter.
Alright, so you have a copper disc connected to wires, and there's the ammeter just to measure the current.
The center of the disc is also connected through the other wire to the microammeter. If I rotate this disc, it does so very easily in both directions. If I just flick it, I can get it to rotate. You will also note there is no deflection of the microammeter. Here I have
so there's no electricity going through.
a very large magnet.
Yeah, these are, I believe these are permanent magnets, so not the electromagnets. Just gotta simplify it here.
If I situate this magnet on either side of the disc, things change dramatically. It is now quite difficult to turn that wheel. And it doesn't
Yeah, so basically the friction is the electricity.
matter which direction. This is what's known as the braking effect. And you will note that by rotating the disc inside the magnetic field, we generate a small amount of electric current.
Yeah, so basically if you want free energy in terms of not paying for something, you can literally get the setup, connect these to a light bulb, and then just spin it, and you have free energy.
Go in the opposite direction, The current that is generated is of opposite polarity.
Alright, so this is a great video actually. I like it, super simple, doesn't need anything else, and it's for beginners. I'm a beginner, but I'm in some ways a beginner, but if I know where to look, I'm just gonna put this here. So I'll put that in the video notes. That's a very important video we just saw. Alright, and what else it goes? Alright, so that's where Bruce DePalma gets his inspiration from, Faraday's disc, right there. And then, so he wrote, this insight led to this end machine, essentially a one-piece rotating magnetized flywheel instead of having a motor and a stator, as we just did right here. This one has a motor and a rotor and a stator. And now he has, oh yeah, instead of having one spinning, one stationary, as do conventional generators, the end machine only has a rotor, so it doesn't have that other thing stationary. Half of the flywheel is the North Pole, and the other half is the South Pole. One electric contact is put on the axle and the other is put on the edge of the gyroscope, and presto, electricity is taken directly out of the magnet itself. All right, so instead of having yeah, so he has this wire here on the, I think it was on the edge, and then one in the center. I believe that's what he says. See what he says again.
That is connected on the outside.
Yeah, so one's connected to the outside. There's a wire there, and I believe there might be a brush or something there touching it.
Through wires, through...
But here, how's it...
As an example of a very simple electric generator. We have a large copper disc that is connected on the outside through wires.
Okay, that doesn't explain exactly. It might be a brush or something touching it. All right, and put the Bruce DePalma one here. And then one electric contact is put on the axle, another is put on the outer edge of the gyroscope. All right. Wind power 2, and there's Jeremy's talking about beards again. All right. Anyone talks about beards again, I might block you. Just joke. It's just joke. just kidding. Anyways, so one electrical contact is put on the axle, another is placed on the outer edge. So in this one, he has just the gyro moving, or just a magnet rotating, and he has the connecting in the center and the on the axle, on the outer edge, and presto of electricity. For 150 years, Faraday's controversial experiment, no one bothered to see whether or not a rotating magnetic generator would have to do the same amount of work as a conventional induction generator in order to produce the identical power input. This is interesting. So he says for 450 years after Faraday's controversial experiment, no one bothered to see whether or not a rotating magnetic generator would have to do the same amount of work as a conventional induction generator in order to produce an identical power output. Then in the sunburst homopolar generator was built. Testing determined that its output power exceeded the input power to run a machine, that it was significantly more efficient than the induction generator. All right. So we got some interesting stuff here. What about mustache energy? All right. Yeah, I don't know this guy up there. All right. So now we're gonna get to some other stuff here. So he did then this part here. So one of understanding the dropping spinning ball experiment. So one of the first experiments that Bruce DePalma did. This is another big claim he's making, and he was designed to detect if there's any difference in gravitational effect on a rotating object versus non-rotating. But I believe there's a part where he was talking about gyros right here. It's been a while. Let's see. My own approach out of space is like the only way to get there. All right. Let's see. He's going back here. So what he did was, let's read this here. So the idea was actually initiated by, actually here. So one of the first experiments he did was designed to detect if there was any difference in gravitational effect on a rotating object versus non-rotating object. The idea was actually initiated by a student of DePalma's, and after extensive search in the literature, no evidence could be found that the experiment has been performed. It became an educational exercise to see this variation on Galileo's big rock versus little rock falling experiment, which show any variation in the fall. All right, so at this time, DePalma was a senior scientist specializing in photographic sciences with the Polaroid, etc. His expertise ranged from... Wait, he says, by using a gyro, you remove the resistance of the axle. That's genius. Interesting. So uncanny, it looks like he cracked the code already. His expertise ranged from his high-speed stroboscopic photography. His mentor was the highly regarded Dr. Harold Edgerton, to physics and electric engineering. With this background, he designed an experiment using a 2-in, 1-inch diameter ball bearings, one not rotating and one rotating 18,000 RPM, produced by a hand rotor. The assembly then was given a precisely measured thrust and photographed in the dark with a 60 cycle strobe light, repeating this numerous times and analyzing the parallel trajectories of the ball bearings as documented photographically, did indeed reveal a variation in the gravitational behavior of the rotating ball versus the non-rotating ball. Alright, and the rotating ball, given the same thrust, went to a higher point in its trajectory, fell faster, and hit the bottom of the trajectory before the non-rotating ball. A second test repeated demonstrated a small but significant and clearly perceptible effect with a stationary mechanism designed to drop the ball bearings from a height of only 6 feet. Yeah, so basically launching a ball that was spinning, it went faster, went higher, fell down faster. So after years of reflection on these, he wrote an evaluation on May 3rd, 1977 called Understanding the Dropping Ball Spinning Experiment. So he wrote, and here's a summary of his conclusions, and then we'll go over, see if there's a demonstration somewhere online of it. So rotating objects falling in a gravitational field are accelerated at a rate greater than g, the commonly accepted rate for non-rotating objects falling in a vacuum, and pendula utilizing bob weights which are rotating swing non-sinusoidally with time periods increased over pendula with non-rotating bobs. Yeah, so they swing non-sinusoidally and increase pendula. Basically, if you have a pendulum with the rotating objects, they behave differently than this one. And a precessing gyroscope has a measurable anomalous inertial mass greater than its stationary mass. All right, so that's interesting. So he's saying it's a higher inertial mass than a stationary, and this could be, again, like this person is saying, it's tied to McCabe. Yeah, it's tied to McCabe in the sense that, yeah, you can produce a greater output force, a greater torque. So an anomalous field phenomenon has been discovered, the OD field, which confers inertia on objects immersed in it. This field is generated by the constrained force precession of a gyroscope. All right, so this guy's onto something top secret right here. So there's an inertia field spinning somehow affects how much inertia as an object been given. So there's field around mass, etc. This must be what the patent was about for anti-gravity vehicles, saying they could make a jet lighter than normally and enhance its performance. Yeah. So the thing is with gyroscopes, it's a very simple, like just the whole concept is simple, just a spinning thingy. So, but it's unlocking something pretty magical, which I'm firmly believing on. Secret force machine, one of the early devices used to observe these effects, he called the force machine, which consists of two counter-rotating gyroscopes described in the generation of a unidirectional force. All right, so I'm gonna have to go through all these. So I'll be looking to upload all of his stuff and also archiving all of his content. And let's just see if there's a demonstration here. So he wrote a letter to the United States. Interesting. Let's just see the dates here, because he ended up dying before one of his presentations. Let's see. Okay, so Uncanny looks like he's already solved free energy. All right. If you create anything, show me some. Send me whatever you make. All right, so let's see this. He wrote a letter to the United States. Thanks for your interest, because he actually tried to send him last letter to the United States. Dear, thanks for your interest in my work. I seem to recall we had spoken. So he tried to get them to look at it, and then don't think much happened with that, because obviously you're trying to send to the government, and the government's trying to enslave you. It's not going to work that way. All right, let's continue further. So take these headphones off until we get a video. Seems very practical. And all right, and let's see some. Is there some videos? Why? So I just want to see a video, and then we'll show you some. He has some interesting comments about Edgar Mitchell, the quote astronaut. All right, let's see if we can find it. End machine, and I just want to see some other Faraday discs. I think some other people are trying to do that. Homopolar generator. Okay, so we have a video of it. Epic stuff here. Let's watch this.
Here you see the copper disc protrude.
Whoops, okay.
A bit. Here you see the copper disc protrudes a bit off the outer circumference of the rotor. This comes to play in the contact system. Here we have two such end machines, which will be joined on one shaft, as you see here. The discs being in direct electrical connection with the shaft makes this a series end machine. This 800-pound rotor
800 pounds, holy.
must be housed in a completely non-magnetic environment. That is to prevent drag from reducing the efficiency of this generator. Both ball bearings and roller bearings are used to support this very heavy piece of equipment.
Alright, fast forward.
Here is the bottom half of the liquid metal current collectors, or brush system.
Yeah, so there's a brush system. This was using liquid metal. It's just somehow to get the electricity out of it.
Within a copper bus bar, a slot is cut.
I just want to fast forward. I'll watch these. You can watch these later. I'm going to put a link to this as well. So again, this live stream is going to be more of an overview of it. I just want to see. And then I'll put this here. And I'll put it in the description. The ball of light is ionized oxygen, and electromagnetic field is just like that, created by the Earth, which means they have a mini planet with its own magnetic field. Alright, so we got next level stuff in chat.
Is enormous.
Okay, so
It's Bruce DePalma's earlier end machines.
We had about rotating
So there's Bruce DePalma when he was younger.
magnets and whether they could produce electricity in a useful form.
Well, actually, it might be not much younger because he died in the 90s, I believe.
This is a big rotating magnet. Here, inside this fiberglass wrapping, is a solenoid. I think there's something like 2,600 turns of wire.
Yeah, so it's an electromagnet. So basically, a bunch of wires, it behaves like a magnet. Once you a coil of wires behaves like a magnet.
On here, and another half-inch overlay of fiberglass wrapping, so that when it's rotated at 6,000 RPM, which is its design speed, it won't fly apart. The magnet, one end north, the other end south. There's a disc on the edge of the magnet here. 12 brushes arranged around the edge, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, and 4 on the bottom. That's 12 on the disc, and another 6 on the front of this plate and 6 on the back of this plate, which represents the 12 axis connections. Now, in order to test this machine, what we have to show is that we can rotate the machine and we can measure the current which is going to the drive motor. Now here, on this side of the room, is a 40 horsepower, 440 volt, 3-phase AC motor. On one of the phases is an AC ammeter. With that, we'll be able to tell the amount of power which is being drawn by the drive motor. And especially what we'll be able to tell is whether there's any change in the amount of power drawn by the drive motor, because it's overcoming the friction and the air losses here. When we run this thing as a generator, which means that we close the circuit and we allow the current to flow several thousand amperes indicated on these meters, and then we look at the meter over there and see whether we've taken any additional power from the drive motor in order to generate or liberate this amount of energy on this side of the machine. What we have here are the volts.
Okay, I'm just gonna fast forward. See if he has.
Will be 3,200, 5 horsepower to the drive there. What we're going to see now is I'm going to energize the magnet, and I'm going to ask him on the control unit, and then I'm holding this piece of iron near the magnet, and as he...
Alright, so they just cut off the video just before he plays it. I should have played it. Where's the video? Alright. So why was that not shown? Let's see if it's somewhere here. Okay, so Bruce Willis' legacy. I just want to show the video.
Drive motors in our work.
Alright, so that video was showing everything but the actual demonstration.
By taking the contacts, one...
Alright.
What I'm going to do later,
there it is in action. See what he's doing.
I have
Those are some sick shorts he's wearing.
cables, and if we short like thus, see those spikes? That means we haven't put in enough mercury. So, one after everything warms up.
This is very, very basic.
All right, that is. I will go over this once I go through this all in the video later this year. But anyways, I wanted to show that, and now I want to show. I think this was in Andrew Johnson's free energy. Let's just go check the evidence, YouTube. And he had one, and then he has a very interesting dialogue with Bruce DePalma about Edgar Mitchell. Let's go to free energy, but not the masses. I think he had infinite energy, but not for the masses.
Edgar J. Mitchell,
And this is like I just clicked the video, and it's right at exactly where I was watching it like a year ago.
an Apollo mission astronaut, founded the Noetics Institute in Southern California. The Institute's charter was supposedly to develop alternative energy systems by attracting inventors from all over the
This is Bruce DePalma's End Machine.
country. Mitchell became extremely interested in DePalma's End Machine. He made DePalma.
Yeah, so Edgar Mitchell, the NASA supposed astronaut. Let's see, Edgar Mitchell. Wiki. Let's see the wiki. So he was very interested in Bruce DePalma's End Machine. So Edgar Mitchell, United States officer, aviator, is on the Apollo, and he's the 6th person to allegedly walk on the moon. So this guy, and I believe he's a Freemason as well.
A paltry offer to buy out the invention which DePalma
So he wanted to buy the invention from Bruce DePalma. There's End Machine.
naturally refused. He said
And DePalma refused from. Yeah, it's hard to hear from the video.
to me that
So there's Bruce DePalma, an older version.
if I ever tried anything on my own in California, I would get my head blown off.
All right. So he wanted to buy the End Machine from him, and he told him, if you ever want to try anything on your own in California, you're gonna get your head blown off. So that's what Bruce DePalma said.
In California, I would get my head blown off. So I was scared to death.
So he just said he was scared to death. Well, yeah, wouldn't you be if the 6th man on the moon threatened to kill you? All right.
The CIA operates through various very innocent-looking fronts to find out what people are thinking and what they're inventing. Now, what's more innocent than a benign institute founded on transcendental principles to help New Age inventors bring free energy into the world?
And that situation still exists in the United States today, where a person that really understands what's going on.
All right.
To the fact that he was never able.
All right. So this is this is from Andrew Johnson's one, and he was talking about. I believe he died mysteriously. Let's just see. Let's just see what the part about. I think he was talking about Bruce DePalma earlier, and then after he died, there was a random article attacking Bruce DePalma. Let's go back here. Okay, listen to Andrew Johnson again. It's fitting as Andrew Johnson can be the first live stream interview, so you can ask him a lot of questions. He was telling him he knew what was going on behind the scenes. Edgar's name would have protected the tech. Well, Bruce DePalma was saying he's scared to death. All right, if there's a misunderstanding, he would understand that. But also Edgar Mitchell is if he watches other stuff, he's a big clown. He's literally an agent.
This was developed by Bruce DePalma. DePalma studied electrical engineering at Harvard in 1958 and taught physics at Massachusetts Institute of Technology for 15 years. I've got some booklets in the box there about this, if you want to pick those out, 50 pence for the booklets. So you can read bits of the history of Bruce DePalma. He's a brother of the film director, Brian DePalma. In his study of inertia, he developed a kind of rotating magnetized gyroscope. And he discusses this clip here. He discusses it in this clip.
Right now we have the entrenched energy monopolies and cartels. You know, we have OPEC and we have the 7 sister oil companies that control all the oil and energy. But what people have to understand is that the people who run the energy business in this world, which is the biggest business on the planet, turning over $4 to $5 trillion a year, it's bigger than guns and drugs, it's bigger than defense. They control the newspapers, they control the governments. But these companies are so big that they regulate the government, which regulates them.
In 1977, Bruce DePalma unveiled the first prototype of the N machine, an electrical generator which uses rotating magnets.
Should I see the year again? He said 1977.
Bruce DePalma unveiled
regulates them.
In 1977.
So 1977 as his first prototype. Epic.
Bruce DePalma unveiled the first prototype of the N machine, an electrical generator which uses rotating magnets to generate up to 5 times more power than it takes to drive it.
I know about the fact that the Japanese government and the Indian government have ongoing projects to produce N machines for domestic power. My partner is Paramahamsa Tiwari, who is the director of the Nuclear Power Corporation of India, which operates all the nuclear plants in India.
In late 70s, I learned from Bruce DePalma that he had carried out certain crucial experiments by rotating electromagnets.
Tiwari tested a prototype based on DePalma's N machine under laboratory conditions. The results were deemed too impressive, causing disbelief and suspicion among conservative government officials and the power consortiums that backed the project. Tiwari was forced to abandon the project completely.
One of the pivotal people that I encountered early in my career was Edgar Mitchell, the astronaut.
Edgar J. Mitchell, an Apollo mission astronaut, founded the Noetics Institute in Southern California. The Institute's charter was supposedly to develop alternative energy systems by attracting inventors from all over the country. Mitchell became extremely interested in DePalma's N machine.
Yeah, so that's Edgar Mitchell one, the part where he threatened him. Basically, Edgar Mitchell, he created that institute for free energy stuff, and then obviously it's been like decades and nothing's happened. So in other words, we all know what he's there for. And here I got a message from 9/11 revisionist. I'm gonna mute this. Mute site. Okay. LENR. Yeah. So he's sent free energy a reality, not a conspiracy. No. Yeah, that's for sure. Because 9/11 is why it's big. 9/11 shows free energy is real. Okay. Ride Liger says I have to leave you now. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, I'll try to end it soon too. I'm gonna put a timer. Because I'm like, I don't know how much longer I get stand. Because I'm like standing the whole time. Timer MES. I'm gonna put a. Let's go 20 minutes. I'm gonna call it quits. And then just to wrap it up, or even less than that. Like I'm gonna go 20-minute timer. Sound off. Start. So we got 20 minutes. I'm gonna end it. All right. I'm kind of still not sure if it's a threat. Well, whatever it is, it's not good. All right, so Ride the Liger, have a good one. And thanks. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. I'm going to just go here. The reason it's taking a bit longer this stream is because I'm like learning on the go. Because it just helps me to kickstart it. So anyways, so Andrew Johnson, I'll be hopefully having him on Wednesday. All right, so that's the N machine. And let's see what it's going to go over. Actually, might even end the stream soonish. Let's see the stats on the stream. So you have 22 people watching, around 20 people now, 17 likes. All right, it's pretty epic stuff here, and I'm like losing energy. All right, so we got also some videos. I'm gonna play this video.
Right now,
Tesla is regarded as the founding.
Oh, that's the video you sent. Okay, so William R. Lynn said same thing about creating groups, societies to suppress inventors. Yeah, a lot of it is just to see what they're doing, see what's like, to see if they're actually getting anywhere far, and also tracking anyone that's working on that. And let's have a look at. Oh yeah, the other thing I want to see, Bruce DePalma, when he died. So he had a very interesting death, and I think I was actually in that video. Okay, I'll go back to that video. Andrew Johnson. Not for the masses. saying, what's your evidence Edgar Mitchell's not a baddie? What do you mean? The whole NASA's a scam. You can go look at check the evidence stuff. I'm just saying, I don't know if you've seen my 9/11 stuff. The 9/11 shows NASA is lying. The whole world's under control. Edgar Mitchell, if he's not talking about 9/11, by definition, he's irrelevant or worse. All right. So, because if anyone is talking about free energy and they don't talk about 9/11, they're either ignorant or lying to you. Edgar is Edgar. That is true. There's some good clips where Edgar says he never went to the moon. But I think if there's no issue with space, they'd probably go to any planet they want with advanced tech. Okay, so this is I want to go here. Yeah, he continues here. Wait, well, he talks about some letter he got after he died. Let's go here. Okay.
Device. That of unity. Years of alcohol and substance abuse finally took its.
Okay.
Yeah, this was not a surprise.
Wait, go back to where
hands of the
energy, then you've got control of the people.
If you've got control of the energy, you've got control of the people. Well, this is one of the other strands of the control grid, or one of the other lines on the control grid is the energy. The other, of course, is food, banking system, health. Those are the other ones that have been tightly controlled. And I'm going to come back to Edgar Mitchell, who is mentioned in that clip there. That's a very important piece of evidence that Bruce DePalma talked about with Edgar Mitchell, because it leads on to a very important part of this whole picture. Yeah, this was not a surprise considering the condition that I had seen Bruce in when I visited him in December 1993. Bruce began each day upon arising sometime before noon with fine wine mixed with sparkling water. Years of alcohol and substance abuse finally took its toll. The mystique and enigma that encircled the life of Bruce DePalma was due in part to the fact that he was never able to prove his theories with a working own of unity device. That's what you read on the internet about DePalma. But again, this DePalma end machine type device has been reproduced by a chap called Adam Trombley. He's
Yeah, so on the internet, right after he dies, there's these hit pieces on Bruce DePalma. Hit pieces on Bruce DePalma, etc., and saying he was an alcoholic and all this. And his device wasn't there. But if you see his video, he's literally saying, as if it's a casual, we demonstrated. So there's something's, so the mainstream people that see the internet, they're not getting, and the Uncanny's still upset that I called Edgar a clown. Well, go search that up on your own. I don't really, it's not really relevant. Okay, so we have that one, and then Bruce DePalma, go to his website. I want to see about his death, when he died. When did he die, and then how did he die? It was from his last letter. That was his last letter to the United States. And let's see if I can find it. Bruce DePalma death. Just want to see when he died. On October 1997. Naturalphilosophy.org. Then 1997, October, he died and put an end to it. So DePalma's death in New Zealand in October 1987 put an end to his most ambitious free energy project and occurred only weeks prior to the official testing of a device constructed over the course of 6 months in an Auckland workshop. The test was attended by, among others, the project's financiers. Where is it? The project's financial backer. The test was attended by, among others, the project's financial backer, Bruce Bornholt, a prominent Wellington barrister, as well as the pioneering. As well as the pioneering developer of Adams motor, Robert Adams, who observed the operation and measured electrical output from the end machine. The single test failed to demonstrate the over-unity potential of the end machine, most of the output energy being lost as heat, and the project was immediately dissolved. All right, so he dies 2 weeks before and the official testing, and then they said, oh, they tested it, it doesn't work. All right. I'll read that again. It says, Bruce DePalma's death in New Zealand in October 1987 put an end to his most ambitious free energy project and occurred only 2 weeks prior to the official testing of the device constructed over the course of 6 months in an Auckland workshop. And the test was attended by these people, and then the single test failed to demonstrate, and the project was immediately dissolved. All right, so he dies, and how did he die is a good question. And this is a random website. Report of the death of commentary, or is there some like non... Okay, so this is a random website that says he's an alcoholic. No, not this one. Death, this different one. Okay, I'll do some research on the death later, but anyways, I'm losing energy. So let's see, this says, not upset, just pointing out you're making claims, no evidence of upsets you that I want explanation. No, I'm saying go look it up yourself. I think he's a disinfo agent. I don't really care if you agree or not. It's like, it's an irrelevant claim. Whether you believe in Edgar Mitchell or not, I think he's definitely controlled. Okay, let's go next. Alright, and there's a spinning ball, experiment force machine. Alright, I'm losing energy and focus, and let's continue further. Cop out. What's this guy? Uncanny, just says give it up, but no one cares. Like, I literally don't care. Alright, let's go here. Yo, trust me, bro. No, it's a good argument if you trust someone. Alright, like Bruce DePalma, he seems trustworthy. And he is pretty right on the money, I think. Alright, and let's see if there's some more experiments I was going to go over, or I think that's all. 1 minute, 25 seconds. Why do inventors keep device getting killed? Guys, this one has a video.
Stefan Marinoff was the leader of the European free energy movement.
Alright, so I'm going to play this one video that I got sent by 9/11 Revisionist, and yeah, we'll see how accurate these all are. Yeah, so the Uncanny says, trust me, bro, it isn't Bruce Palma, so I did not... Go away, Uncanny. Like, you had some decent comments, now you're just spamming. If you keep spamming, we'll just put you at a timeout. Like, you have to realize when people don't care what you're saying. Alright, I'm going to play this video, and then I might just call it quits. And then stay tuned for Wednesday. Whoops, everything disappeared. Home. Let's play this video by 9/11 Revisionist.
Stefan Marinoff was the leader of the European free energy movement. In 1997, he made tremendous strides in the technology. Before he could develop his first prototype, he fell out of a window. Dr. John Mullen, a nuclear physicist, used to work for McDonnell Douglas, one of the largest military contractors in the world. He died of arsenic poisoning in 2004. His girlfriend was originally a suspect, but she was found dead in her apartment shortly after. There are no more suspects, there is no investigation, there will be no trial. Dmitry Petronov invented a plasma battery that powered his home for 14 months. In 2010, he went to a bakery and was never seen again. Zachary Warfield was another inventor who developed his own plasma battery. Warfield visited Petronov to exchange information. That same year, Warfield died in a strange boating accident in Washington, D.C. Eugene Malov was a physicist and expert in cold fusion. He claimed he had a working prototype of a free energy device. In 2004, the day before he was to make a public announcement about his findings, he was beaten to death. Ari Dagos actually patented free energy technology based on the zero-point field. In 2007, he was about to get on a flight to meet investors who were going to fund his research. He was found dead in his car at the airport. Rory Johnson created a cold fusion laser-activated magnetic motor that generated over 500 horsepower. He planned a public demonstration of 4 vehicles equipped with this magnetron motor. The U.S.
Alright, yeah, that's pretty epic stuff, and yeah. So that's usually what happens when you're getting close to free energy. That's why my initial thing I want to do is put it on a video with all the explanations, so if anyone wants to replicate it, it's all there, so it doesn't depend on me. It says, will you review the Randall Carlson video? Was that... before I end it off here, Randall Carlson. I think I got a message from someone there. Where is it? Let's go here. Whoops. Was that the one on the Thunderbolt? Is this the one? No. Where's the? I think that was your video here, the review. This one, yeah, it was 2 hours long.
Strike energy.
It's a bit long here. I scrolled through it, some of it. Again, and also here that uncanny guy. I put him in a timeout because he just does not stop once I called out Edgar Mitchell a disinfo agent. It's really long. But so the one thing, if I have a chance, I'll look at it. But because again, it's just a lot of talking. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Agent Tech had a lightning bolt tech, or just basically advanced tech. So my view is that free energy tech has existed for a long time, and it's part of the world script that they're running. But the other thing is, anyone that talks about free energy, especially this person, 700,000 subscribers, having this guy on there, if they're not talking about 9/11, which is like the most obvious demonstration of free energy tech, then that's kind of makes it hard to. Well, yeah, it kind of makes it hard to trust. So if someone if someone knows what they're talking about, they're gonna be talking about 9/11 first. But yeah, so if there's anything interesting on it, interesting show moving in the direction of future of energy and mechanical development. All right, thank you. But yeah, so just part of, if I have a chance, maybe by next live stream, I'll see if I can go through some of it and review it. But the thing is, I'm already in agreement that ancient tech, advanced ancient tech was already advanced. Some of them was hidden. They make a working model and demonstrate in the second half of the video. All right, interesting. That'd be interesting.
Come to this.
All right, so I'll have a look at that when I have some time. Okay, he is just getting into this and is more of a geologist. All right, but yes, I will have a look at. Oh, and finally reviews proof of ancient building lightning bolt technology. Interesting. Let's see if there's a demonstration.
Is granite cut?
And that's what, because the larger bubbles are not.
Any other like bizarre, crazy? Okay.
It's you saw just.
Where's the?
Oh, I'm not going to build out. We started with this, the build out.
Is there a timestamp anywhere I can look at? Oh, I'm going to start closing some stuff. Because we're doing a live stream and I'm like losing energy. MES links. All right. Okay. I'll put a link here for future reference. But that is all, guys. I think I'm gonna... And I'll tidy up these stuff here. I have to do this because it embeds for YouTube videos, automatically embeds on this website. Video links, live stream exploring gyroscopes and Bristol Land Machine. And I'll update it later. I'll say... update this later and publish, and you got that link there. I put an MES Science. See this, refresh. Let's go. Why isn't it showing? All right, so now it's not showing. And let's see if it shows up, and I'm gonna put this in. Anyways, that is all, guys. I will look through some of the stuff. There's the MES links there. Did the pylons generate electricity through air? All right. Anyways, guys, it's almost 4 minutes there. I'm gonna stop this. All right, we have 16 viewers, 19 right now, 17 likes, and the uncanny guy got a bit unhinged once you call out Edgar Mitchell. All right, anyways, that is all, guys. Have a good one. Thanks, Just Pirate. Yes, all right, I'll have a look at that, and also let me know next time if you send me long videos, just send me some like specific sections of it, etc. Just because I have a lot of other stuff to do, and I'll try to get a 9/11 video out either today or tomorrow. Anyways, have a good one, guys, and I'm gonna end stream in 3, 2, 1. Cheers. And